Hello, this is Mrs. Reynard. I've made this revision guide to help you with the 12-mark answer. The front of the booklet looks like this. You will have 1 hour 20 minutes for the whole paper. The 12-mark answer should take 15 minutes. The 12-mark question always has the command word explain. In this question, they're asking you to explain why Hitler was able to create a dictatorship in the period February 1933 to August 1934. It's helpful if you underline or highlight the keywords, as this keeps you on the focus of the question. The structure you're looking for is 3 peel paragraphs. They always give you 2 bullet points to help you, but remember, sometimes the bullet points can be misleading and you have to include information of your own. For example, here they miss out the Enabling Act, which is crucial for this answer. You must always use your own knowledge. If you don't include your own knowledge, you cannot access the upper levels of the mark scheme. It's helpful also to do a mini plan of the events from 1933 to 34. If you can't remember this, I've included a revision slide at the end of the presentation. Let's see then how we'd approach an answer to say why Hitler was able to create a dictatorship in this period. Let's have a look at this peel paragraph. Hitler was able to create a dictatorship in the period February 1933 to August 1934 for a number of reasons. The paragraph starts with a clear focus on the question. Firstly, he eliminated the Communist Party by taking advantage of the Reichstag fire. There's the point. In February 1933, the Reichstag building was destroyed by fire, and a Dutch communist named van der Lubbe was found guilty and executed for the crime. There's the evidence. Hitler used the fire to intensify anti-communist hysteria. Hindenburg passed an emergency decree for the protection of people and state. This led to the arrest of a number of communist supporters and the ban of 81 communist deputies. Along with the improved election results of March 1933, where the Nazi Party increased their seats to 288. There's the explanation. Hitler had seriously weakened his main political opponents, and this strengthened his ability to establish a dictatorship, as without this opposition he was able to then go on to pass the Enabling Act. There's a link back to the question. Let's look at paragraph 2. The Enabling Act helped Hitler to establish a one-party state. There's the point. Hitler was able to pass the Enabling Act with an increased presence in the Reichstag and also deals made with the Catholic Centre Party. He also used SA troops to intimidate other deputies into voting for it. There's the evidence. Now let's look at the explanation. Look how much explanation there is attached to the Enabling Act. The Act gave Hitler full legislative powers and therefore the right to pass any laws without the approval of the Reichstag. This meant the Reichstag was simply a rubber stamp for Hitler. He used these extensive powers to ban the Communist Party, trade unions, and then in July 1933, all other political parties completely. This resulted in a one-party state and signified the complete elimination of all political opposition within Germany. Let's look how this links to the question. Therefore, the Enabling Act is considered to be a major turning point in aiding Hitler to establish a dictatorship in Germany. Let's look at paragraph 3. The final step that helped to create a dictatorship required Hitler to secure the loyalty of the army, and this meant purging the SA. The SA had become a major problem. There's the last point then, and there's also good focus on the question here. Röhm, leader of the SA, had proven to be too radical and revolutionary for Hitler, and became increasingly outspoken about his opposition towards the path Hitler and the party were taking. Röhm also wanted to merge the SA into the German army, and for him to have control, but Hitler feared this would lose him the army's support. Under pressure from his most loyal supporters, Goering and Himmler, Hitler ordered the SS to arrest and murder the leaders of the SA in June 1934. There's the evidence then, and this event is also called the Night of the Long Knives. Hundreds were killed, including Röhm and von Schleicher. Hitler used the excuse that Rome was planning a revolution to justify his actions in removing a potential threat to his overall control. There's the explanation. The consequence of these actions was extremely significant. Hitler had sent a clear message to any potential opponents, demonstrating how terror would be the theme of the regime thereon. But most crucially, he was able to secure the loyalty of the army after this event, and this was declared by an oath after Hindenburg's death, ensuring that Hitler had become the Führer and absolute ruler of Germany, all within 18 months. Here then you can see the section in red links back clearly to how Hitler managed to create a dictatorship. The answer concludes then with a clear focus on the question, linking back to the command words in the question. Therefore, Hitler was able to create a dictatorship in the period February 1933 to August 1934 by eliminating opposition externally and internally through the combination of legal methods, that's using the Enabling Act, and the use of terror and intimidation through the Night of the Long Knives. Let's have a closer look at the mark scheme. In this 12-mark question, it is broken down to 6 marks for each assessment objective. AO1 looks for knowledge and understanding. AO2 looks at your analysis. If you look here at the mark scheme, in order to get above level 2 and more than 6 marks, you must use information that is outside the bullet points that are given to you. Let's look at the upper levels of the mark scheme then. For 7 to 9 marks, you must have your clear structure, your 3 peel paragraphs showing analysis with good knowledge of the period. To get the 9 marks, you must have information that isn't included in the bullet points. For the top marks for this question, you must have an analytical explanation which is consistently focused on the question. You must use accurate and relevant information, and you must show wide-ranging knowledge. Once again, you can't get into the top of the mark scheme unless you use good own knowledge.